Demon Slayer without demons is fine. It's fine. If demons don't make it to Demon Slayer, it's totally fine. Doesn't bother me one bit. I may have just skipped all the stages of grief, went straight from denial to acceptance. I read the comments. I know the meme is that I hope Globku is okay. If they don't announce demons, he might really lose it this time. Good jokes. Keep it up. But all jokes aside, I do think that demons will be playable. Not as many as we initially expected, but we'll definitely see some of them. Do I just think that because I'm in denial? Maybe. But the main reason is because we've seen the character select screen. It was revealed a few weeks ago and there are still 7 empty slots. Now I expect some of these slots to be DLC. Maybe all of them will be DLC. But let's say if the season pass is at least 5 characters, then in my opinion, the final 2 characters for the base roster would be Akaza and Rui. If the season pass only has 4 characters, then the final 3 for the base roster would be Akaza, Rui, and maybe Enmu, maybe Muzan, I'm not sure. But here's the thing, if demons are unplayable, it's not the end of the world. And I mean demons besides Nezuko, okay, I see you typing that comment. Stop it. I've seen plenty of extreme opinions out there, branding the game just as garbage because of the simple fact that demons might not be playable. And look, we don't know how good the game will be until it is actually out, but whether demons are playable or not is not gonna have a big impact on that final rating. And I'll explain exactly why after this message from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Hone. This is a men's health clinic that treats your health with real physicians, real science, and real FDA-approved methods of treatment. Their focus is on hormones because apparently after you reach the age of 30, your hormone levels can drop 1 to 2% every year. I'm 32, and I don't like the sound of that. Hormone optimization can increase muscle mass, decrease body fat, improve focus, stabilize your mood, and help with stress management. And I know what you're thinking, this is a testosterone shop for bodybuilders. Well, no. Think of it more as your personal hormone optimization assistant. Because the effects of low testosterone can be felt by most of us every single day. It's stuff like fatigue, depression, sleep disturbances. I mean, I'm tired all the time. Is it my hormones? I honestly don't know. Which means there's only one way to find out, take an assessment test. Hone sends you an assessment to your own home so you can get a profile back of your hormones and just take all the guesswork out of the equation. You can get it at a 25% discount with free shipping if you follow the link down below or go to honehealth.com/globku. And look guys, I'm not a medical expert, clearly, but Hone Health is, and they'll be with you every step of the way. If you've been feeling any of this, hey, I'm also growing older. It's okay. Get checked out, then you'll know for sure. Thank you Hone for sponsoring this video. Now let me be very clear about something before I get started. If I had to choose between having this game with or without demons playable, I would choose it with demons playable, obviously. And you know what? I bet that's exactly the same thing that the developers would choose. But developing games is about compromise. You can't just have everything you want. There are always things that aren't gonna make the cut. You have to let go of a few features so you can work on others. And the work they're doing in other places is really amazing, and that could be the result of not having demons playable. Demon Slayer is clearly using the Storm games as a blueprint. Everything from the movement, camera angles, the action, you can see a lot of the Storm DNA in there. And with that in mind, you can start to make some assumptions about this game's future. It will be a story mode video game first, with multiplayer added as an afterthought, almost as if to check some imaginary box that says that every anime game needs to have multiplayer. Whoever invented that box, you're my enemy. Multiplayer was never the focus of this developer. Their netcode was always terrible, the balance questionable, and their commitment to fixing bugs and improving the multiplayer over time was always non-existent. No matter how many tournaments the communities put together, how many fans called out for fixes or changes to existing features, multiplayer was never the focus, so I don't expect Demon Slayer to be any different. And if the multiplayer is anything like Storm, then whether you have demons playable or not doesn't really change that much. And may in fact make a better single player game, because the time that would be spent developing playable demons for multiplayer is instead being spent on making story mode better. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening. Every story mode preview has completely blown me away, specifically because every time you see a fight against a demon, that demon has a unique moveset that is tailored for story mode. Every demon feels like a boss fight, and I think that's gonna make story mode way more fun to play than any Storm game. And that's a very high bar, because I think the story modes in Storm games are fantastic. And part of what's gonna make that bar raise are indeed these unique encounters. You have unique boss fights in Storm, but you also have a lot of encounters where you could just replicate the fight in versus mode by fighting against the CPU. And these fights are always just match to win. They're not story filler, but they end up being gameplay filler. And this wasn't just the case in Storm 4 because the game was easier. No matter the Storm game, you mash to win. What are you gonna do? Strategize against the CPU? Bait their subs? You can't bait the CPU's subs. It's a machine. It subs whenever you want. In Demon Slayer, at the very least, it looks like none of the combat encounters will be something that you can recreate in versus mode. Because even the smaller demons have area attacks and moves that are telegraphed that require you to dodge them. Stuff that wouldn't work in a multiplayer setting. And sure, some of these demons may have repeated movesets. We have seen some similarities. But you move up a level of demon, and even those mid-tier demons, like the two that are wandering around the drum house, have unique movesets that we haven't seen the smaller demons do. And that's gonna keep story mode so fresh and unique the whole way through. If instead of creating playable demons, they're spending all this time making unique movesets for dozens of demons in story mode, then I think overall the game will be better for it. Because in my opinion, story mode will be the reason to get this game, not the multiplayer. That's my expectation going in. Of course, there will be a detailed review on this channel once the game comes out, and if you want to catch some raw gameplay, I will also be streaming it on Twitch at twitch.tv/Globku. Give me a follow, the link is down below. Now, these unique movesets on demons wouldn't be something exclusive to Demon Slayer. I know what you're thinking. There were characters like that in Storm as well. Characters that had boss fight movesets, and then they built a different moveset for multiplayer. You're absolutely right. But even then, it wasn't enough to fill their entire story mode. They still needed to fill a bunch of holes with regular fights. For Demon Slayer, we're talking about dozens of unique demon movesets here, and I think a single Storm game never had more than 5 unique movesets for regular characters during story mode, and 5 is being kinda generous. Ideally, I would love for them to do this for every single demon in the game. Make a moveset for story mode more engaging, more varied, and more fun for that specific mode, and then a separate moveset so we can play the character in versus. Thing is, asking for stuff is free, developing games is not. I would love to make daily videos on this channel, and I hope someday I'll be able to, but writing and recording these videos usually takes a full day, sometimes 2. And editing one of these videos usually takes 2 to 3 days, so there's just not enough time to put out daily videos. I could also just hire another editor, but I can't quite justify that cost. Not yet. And I bet they want to make the biggest roster they can possibly make, even put Ramen Guy in there, playable. Please, Ramen Guy playable. How many times do I have to ask? But at some point you have to be realistic about how long that would take and how much that would cost. And if I had to choose between more playable characters for multiplayer or a better story mode from this developer, I'd choose story mode any day of the week. Usually I would say multiplayer, but the issues that CyberConnect 2 has with multiplayer go far beyond playable characters. If those get fixed, then yes, absolutely. More playable characters, please. Make story mode a visual novel for all I care. But the CyberConnect 2 that we know probably isn't focused on that front. They're focused on what they do best, and that's delivering a cinematic action experience to relive our favorite moments from the show. And that is why, if demons are unplayable, I think this game's still fine. But demons are coming, damn it, so this whole video is pointless. Don't forget to check out today's sponsor, honehealth.com/Globku. Get that assessment at a 25% discount with free shipping. And I hope this video gave you a new perspective, whether or not you agree with my point of view. I just thought that the no playable demons reaction was a bit over the top. And I feel like that reaction is just looking at the stuff that we're not gonna get, the playable demons, and not the stuff that we're getting as a result. But if you have thoughts of your own, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, or better yet, follow me on Twitch if you just want to discuss them face to face. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you next time. Bye!